for giving your valuable speech to this important topic, that is technology enhanced learning and innovative approach. Actually, another thing I would like to thank Shinjini and Ashish. Dr. Ashish Vishwas, the librarian of our college, as a coordinator, and Dr. Shinjini Dashgupta as joint coordinator, and also the physics department for arranging this webinar for the students. I just want to, say very few words regarding this seminar. I am the executive committee member. At the very outset, I would like to say rather, I'm the executive committee member of Indian Science Congress Association, and our planning, actually this planning, this theme, our all the time, the Science Congress annual general meeting uh, always held um, based on a theme. So our theme for, I think, recent, past, and present also is science, innovation, and technology. So that's why I am telling, because there is relation with that theme I am thinking. So you see that our technology is so advanced, but still we need um, technology and its application to the mass, to all, to the students especially, because they are our future they scientists, future they will be the future scientists, future engineer, and all. So that's why it's very important that technology and innovation and technology and application, we innovate, and we do all this technological innovation and all these things, but if we do not apply, then there is no use of that technology. So technology and application is very important. See, in this advanced stage, mm, due to pandemic situation, corona, the students are suffering most, but because of the technology, we are, another opening is there. Teachers are not taking classes only in their classroom. They are taking classes, online classes. So that is application of technology. So I think this is very important, very important. I think you will highlight all those points, and you will tell more and more things, technology dependent, or rather we use of technology for the benefit of the students. And what we are getting, in our, I was remembering that in our childhood, we didn't see these things. When I went to USA, that time uh, used, I used the library through, internet. And that time, that was so costly. For the department, for the whole department, in the 1986, we went there. Whole department, 1 hour was given for the whole department to use that day. Now, this is, we can easily use the e-books. We can read through that. And this is very, easy to do all these things, to do research work. In our days, I I I had to go to National Physical Laboratory. What is that? Who is it? National Physical Laboratory, NPL Delhi, to collect, I think, one journal, one article. So that was the picture in those days. But now, vast opening, are there for the students, they should avail that thing. I always want for the betterment of the benefit of the students, technology they can use and our teachers can use. So I think this webinar will be very much interesting for the students, for the teacher also. For me also, I have another meeting, so I will quit for after some time. But thank you very much. I would like to thank again our speaker, and I'd like to welcome all the participants, or speaker and the teacher of the departments and outside the departments, on my behalf and on behalf of the Victoria Institution. Thank you very much. Okay, Shinjini.
Yes, thank you, madam, for delivering, giving the welcome address and giving your valuable time. And now I request our respected speaker. Uh, just a minute. So many people are trying to join actually. Doctor, just give me 1 minute. আমার আসলে সিস্টেমটা হ্যাং করে গেছে, এটাই হচ্ছে প্রবলেম। আমার কথা কি শোনা যাচ্ছে? আমার কথা কি শোনা
শুনতে
যাচ্ছে?
Yes,
পাচ্ছি।
yes, yes.
ঠিক আছে, আমি আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, সিস্টেমটা হ্যাং করছে বুঝতে পারছি না। ওকে, সরি ফর দ্য ইন্টারাপশন। নাও আই রিকোয়েস্ট তন্ময় দে সরকার, our respected speaker, to give his presentation. Before that, let me introduce him. He is an assistant university librarian at the University of Calcutta and also a visiting lecturer for the Department of Library and Information Science, University of Calcutta. He is a gold medalist and has authored many research articles in international peer-reviewed journals, indexed in both Scopus and Web of Science. At present, his Scopus H index is 4. His research areas include library networking, e-resource management, and web-based applications. Thank you, sir, for giving us the time. So now the stage is all yours. Sir, please proceed.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, all of my students. Dr. Ashish Bishas, the librarian of Victoria College, of course, the principal of Madam of Victoria College, and all other teachers and participants. This webinar is on, as Madam said, it's on technology enhanced learning. I'll show some slides so that it can be visible. Is it visible?
No, still
No,
not.
sir, it's not.
No, sir.
It's not shared, I think.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Yes, it is working.
Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yes.
it is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now it's visible. Today's topic is technology enhanced learning. In one word, it is tell, an innovative approach. Now, the question is, what is technology enhanced learning? To simply put, is it an institution like offering teaching learning platform, or is it a online tutorial platform? Is it a course? Is it an organization which offers some softwares so that online books and other materials can be accessed easily? Or is it just a portal for getting access to online books, or some other software to make access to online reading materials easy? Now, this is a debate about what technology enhanced learning actually is. So, technology enhanced learning means it's an amalgamated form of all these things. There are so many definitions about. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
you are
Okay,
audible and also
okay,
your screen is visible.
okay, okay. Now, the technology enhanced learning means how we use technology to increase or enhance students' learning experience. There are so many nowadays software available. We know the Blackboard, Moodle, Canvas, and all those softwares provide easy platform of learning. These are the software packages, but we are not going to go into the detail of all those software. Has got many components. One is, who is producing the technological materials, which is who is known as principal investigator. And in the audience part lying the participants, and in the middle part lying the content. Now, we often come across the idea of flipped learning. What we see in classroom, in particular in offline classroom, teachers and students, they interact in offline mode, what we were used to before the COVID situation. But simply think, if in that classroom situation, if some ideas what a teacher puts before the students, and the students then think about what teacher says, and they try to analyze what teacher says, and try to understand what exactly teacher wants to mean. Then they come in an online forum called group discussion forum, and they discuss among themselves, and then again come to the next class in an offline mode, face to face, and through a doubt clearing session, just uh, try to understand what exactly teacher wants to mean. This is called a flip learning, means offline learning, then again online learning, then again offline learning. This is turning of online and offline mode. This is called flip learning, which is also related to technology enhanced learning. We all know about massive open online courses. There are several platforms which is based on this technology enhanced learning. Another term is very important called blended learning, and we see this blended learning situation in our universities and several colleges also. They have smart classrooms where blackboard, pen, pencil, teaching learning things, also accompanied by online mode, like teachers showing some online, experiments and other things through computer mediated machines. Now, come to the point of SWAM. This is the true example of TEL, technology enhanced learning in India. A SWAM platform hosted by MHRD, and it gives course materials from class 9 to post graduation level. And SWAM courses are free of cost, but there are some, other things available there. But it has 4 quadrants: one video lectures, one textual materials, then self-assessment test and online discussions. There are several coordinators with SWAM. If I go to the SWAM portal, then it will be very much easier for the students to understand. So is it clear? Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay. Now, this is very fine example of technology enhanced learning is the SWAM platform, where students can experience classroom instructions in online mode, can receive weekly assignments, they can give even proctored exams, and also credit transfer. This is very interesting. If I give an example, then it will be very easier. See, like courses. SWAM provides various courses. These are the courses that SWAM provides. If I search a course on chemistry, this is the course catalog. For example, basic inorganic chemistry. If someone wants to get enrolled in an inorganic chemistry course, he can come over to here. Or if someone just uh, gets enrolled in any of the colleges, they can get inorganic chemistry material, reading material from here also. This is like everything: course coming, duration, end date, exam date, category, and level undergraduate. Like simply like the students of your college, undergraduate level students are there. So they can easily come over here and just experience the beauty of the course material from here. The course material in this module is in the form of video. If you put on the video, then I'll give an example. This is undergraduate level course material. So this is the way uh, the courses are delivered here. The courses, just try to understand here, the courses are delivered in the form of video, not in the form of text. So there are different media through which materials are received, either in the form of documents or in the form of videos, in the form of audio, simply slide presentation, or different other forms. So this is the beauty of online materials, that is technology enhanced materials. Here you can see the intended audience: undergraduate courses belonging to science as well as engineering, basic chemistry courses. Course layout is for the 4-week duration. And another important thing is that since it is an online course, so anybody can join it free of cost. But if somebody wants to receive a certificate, then he has to sit for an exam, and that exam should be a proctored exam. Proctored exam, we all know that this is not like self-assessment. Proctored exams are designated centers of SWAMs where students need to come and sit for the exam under the guidance of an invigilator. And the thing is that out of 100%, 25% marks earmarked for internal assessment, and 75% marks were meant for the proctored exams. And calculating 100% marks, the average count was taken altogether, and on the basis of which certificate is provided by the SWAM. And there is also another thing, the credit transfer. It is a very interesting thing that if students, supposing students are joining in a particular course, they have 4 papers. Uh, Out of 4 papers, they can, if CBCS system is applicable, then out of 4 papers, they can choose 2 papers in offline mode and 2 papers directly in online mode via SWAM, if that colleges or that university comes under that CBCS system and a coordinator is appointed. So this is a different thing through which students can get enrolled in SWAM, and then marks are credited, which is called credit transferred. So this is another thing. However, without joining course, even a student who is learning or who is studying in a particular college, he can also easily get course material from different courses enlisted in SWAM. There are so many other courses that SWAM hosts. Here in this search column, anybody can search on any of these courses. This is the search option. Students may search here, like humanities and arts, the subjects which are taught in VIC. Then of course maths and science. These two are very relevant for this college. So under these two category, anybody can search materials directly from SWAM. So I'm skipping from SWAM to other sources. So this is all about SWAM. It has several courses and several course materials which are relevant to even undergraduate students as well as postgraduate, from class 9 to even research scholars. So it's a huge approach uh, to provide technology oriented uh, learning facility for the students, teachers as well as research scholars. Now another approach is NPTEL, National Program Technology Enhanced Learning. This is also government oriented program which also provides video lectures, web-based lectures and others for undergraduate and postgraduate students. Because of the time constraints, I'm not entering into all these models. Now, it's a very relevant term. You may come across what screencast is. Screencast is nothing but the video and audio format of documents. Video, we often see video in different forms. One is vodcast and audio also in the form of podcast, uh, iPod and telecast, mixed to form podcast. This vodcast and podcast has the beauty is that, see, like podcast is such a thing that which is created by a teacher for a lecture, and that supposing I'm telling it very clearly, supposing in an offline class teacher is taking a class and he records his class in an audio mode. Now his entire recording, if it is turned into podcast, that podcast lecture is received by the listeners who is not able to attend the class, and that student may listen to that lecture at any time of his choice from any place, supposing in a distant place. Suppose in this corona situation, someone residing in Sundarbans or remote areas, those who are not able to come over to the college or some distant places, and if that person, of course, if that person has got the facility of, you know, handset and earphone, he or she can have the facility to receive podcasts of what a teacher says in his lectures. And of course the class also, the teacher also has that sort of facility of recording his or her lecture. So it's a technology enhanced learning. So technology should be available to both the teachers and to the audience, that is the students. Now, this is another relevant term is OER, Open Education Resources. These open education resources are, simply put, freely available and openly licensed. What is openly licensed? Because this license is governed by the Creative Commons. Creative Commons means that anything what is there in the web that can be used, that can be reused, that can be remixed, that can be altered, that can be shared, so that information should be made available to all. And this is very important thing, because in our present globalization or present situation of advancement, everybody tries to make the information available quickly. So, to give this open movement a momentum, OER resources came into being. Anything, any material which is openly available on the web can be regarded as OER. Now, if you want to say about the OER of India, then at first we think about NDL, National Digital Library. This is MHRD effort, and National Digital Library has been created by IIT KGP Kharagpur, where the school, college students, researchers, general learners, and even those job seekers can have their documents, books, and other relevant documents in different formats. So if we just move on to NDL, everything will be clear. Just have a look of NDL. This is the website of National Digital Library or NDL. Now what we see from here, NDL supports the students of school, students who are preparing for exams of CBSC, engineering, science means undergraduate, postgraduate, humanities, literature, law and management, then scholarly publications, data sets, document videos, journals, conferences, and so on. So if you think about the students of Victoria College, then we should think about science, humanities, and of course, literature. I think these are the subjects which are taught in this college. So if you go for literature, here several topic are coming, and thinking about English, Hindi, Sanskrit, yes, Urdu, because Urdu books are not available. Urdu, Bengali, these subjects are so restricted, you cannot find online materials, a lot of online materials on these subjects or these topics. So better to find or search Urdu literature from here. Here you can see a lot of Urdu topic. I think some of these topics also come into your syllabus, though I'm not sure this Izafat or Zamir. This one, if I click on this one, see, like it's a video comes. This video lecture, it's a document through which you can learn about Zafat or Zamir related things. If I click on here,
Sir, audio is, I mean, from the clip, the
Is
audio, we cannot hear the audio. No.
okay. Audio.
না স্যার, শোনা যাচ্ছে না এখনো।
এখনো শোনা
এটা,
যাচ্ছে না?
না মনে হচ্ছে এটা গুগল মিটে আছে, মনে হচ্ছে ঠিক মতো শেয়ার হচ্ছে না বোধহয় অডিওটা, ইউটিউব থেকে তো এই কারণে।
Anyway,
Dr. Sarkar, I think you continue your explanation other than the audio will not, may not be available.
anyway, there are several other topics also. There is supposing in English, where you can find several topic which may come under your syllabus, and for that you did not go for any, hard copy of book. You can find any of the chapter of your choice from here. Some of the chapters definitely come under your syllabus, and you can, if you click on this, then you can easily find those chapters either in the form of videos or audios or textual, and see the thing. The contributors of those chapters are also given here. The form of this chapter, like video, and it has been coordinated by NPTEL. This is like article, econ store. This is audio, LibriVox, just like these. And this is a text by Project Gutenberg. This is like this. Simply, there are so other chapters like science, disciplines, science as well as humanities. In humanities, you can search your topic from history, geography, economics, psychology. These are the streams that are taught in your college. So click on history. You can find similarly several documents that you can directly listen, watch, or download as soft copy. Then you can even get a printout as hard copy of material. This will help in your entire course. There are so many other chapters. Similarly, you can find science topics, of which topic of importance is, of course, mathematics, then physics, then biology, in which zoology, botany will come, and of course chemistry. Here you can find also several chapters under the subject chemistry, and you can similarly, clicking on this chapter, you can listen to the audio and also watch video. Here it is video. So in this way, materials are accessed and downloaded. So this is the beauty of this NDL project. You can search all these materials by organization, by subject, by courses, and experience online learning. So if we move on to another chapter, now the project Gutenberg. This is also another very important thing where the project Gutenberg, they provide free access to over 60,000 books. If we click on to project Gutenberg, see, like all these books are accessible free of cost from your home, from anywhere. You need not to come over to the college or to the library. So this is the importance of these online or open educational resources. Here, if you search any subject like what I search, like, bacteria, which comes under botany, several full text books will come. Like Bacteria by George Newman. It has got 27 downloads, and this book has several formats. If you want to read this book online, click over here. If you want to save images, you can save images to the Google Cloud or Google Drive. So if I click on here, the entire topic will come out. It only takes 851 KB. These are the chapters through which you can directly, if you want to Bacillus typhosus, like a typhoid bacteria, you can click, if you click on here, directly go to typhoid bacteria, and you learn something about this bacteria which comes under your syllabus. So in this way, you can search the entire book. See, like the entire book is coming. And the most important thing is that Project Gutenberg is such organized or so organized that the entire book comes under a single page, which is very easy to handle. Otherwise, if it appears in page by page mode, then it will be very difficult to handle. There are so other open educational resources by different organization that they offer OER or open education resources in page by page mode. But here in Project Gutenberg, you can find in one enormously long page entire material. So this total book material is available in one page containing 315 pages. So this is the way we can access resources from Project Gutenberg. Now, here we also can see another open educational resource which is provided by OER Commons. OER Commons is a United States based company which provides a lot of openly available materials for the students, for the researchers across the globe. So we can search and find material here. Like if you search for like magnetism, of course coming under physical science, and if you say educational level, these are the search boxes where we have to put exact search options. Like here we can say graduate and professional level and click on search, see what comes. A lot of learning materials, open education resources. Here magnetism in relation to plate tectonics, electromagnetics volume 2. These are the course material. But if we define search with colleges upper division, then what comes? See, several other material will definitely come. Yes. See, like so many materials are coming. You search in their way to retrieve materials. Uh, the most important thing to be noted here is the material type. See, like a material type is assessment type. This type of material is just student, how students wrote material for their assessment. This type of material is module type. Just think about the material type, different sort of material. This is actually lecture type. This is a simulation type, means computer simulation. And this is a textbook type, what we are usually accustomed with. This is full course material, material type full course. If we just go for any like assessment type, what appears? This is a description of the material. The name of the author, added 2018. And this is view resource. Entire resource can be viewed from here. Resource with following links are given here. So in this way, different kinds of resources are given here. You will not find the entire book here, but text in the form of chapter. Now come to another, Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC. This is another platform where we can find educational materials. CEC provides various online learning avenues. These are the avenues that you can easily see open educational resources, YouTube channels, Today in History, and several others, of which the most interesting thing is podcast. If you click onto podcast module, you can find learning materials they are making available in the form of podcast. Several topics they have created, of which relevant to your college is, I think, commerce and management. This one. However, uh, since audio is not working, so I cannot show you, but this is the way you can listen to the financial accounting, its concept, then financial concepts and conventions, then double entry system accounting. Those who are accustomed with commerce, they can easily just figure out what the chapters are. Double entry accounting process and introduction to journals, financial accounting journaling part 1. The entire topic can be heard just by clicking here. If you go on to this topic, simply part 2 of financial accounting journalizing, just click on here, you will listen to this podcast. Anyway, so in this way you can listen this podcast from the topic covered by the CEC. These are all freely available. What I am showing, all are freely available to everybody. So these are not restricted of having any restricted access. These are technology oriented enhanced learning and freely available to all. Another thing is of course Shodhganga. I think some of you have heard the term Shodhganga, some of the students. This is another approach of UGC InflibNet, Information Library Network. And in their project, just see how many theses, 3,25,000 theses have already been made available, open to all. This is the open access movement, result of open access movement. University of Calcutta just coming second, University of Madras first, Anna University is third in terms of depositing their thesis submitted by their researchers. So here, if we suppose want to study about anything, see like about Rabindranath, then let's see what comes if someone studies on different aspects of Rabindranath, clicking on Sudganga Reservoir, see like so many aspects of Rabindranath studied by different scholars are appearing. Rabindranath Swadesh Nataraj Kalpana, Rabindranath Sritir Jagat, Rabindranath's own poetry, and these are the researchers, these are the guides, and definitely universities and other institutions through which research paper or the thesis have been submitted will also be available. But our uh, objective is to just search and find a particular topic, like Rabindranath in his own poetry. If somebody is working on Rabindranath and his Rabindranath's thought on his own poetry, if somebody is working on this, just click on this. Let's see what appears. Yes, this is the particular chapter. Handler. Just click on this handler. these are the PDFs of different chapters. This is title page. This one is title page. This is front matter, content page, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. I'm not clicking on this because that will take much more time, but it's quite open that if you click on this chapter, entire chapter 4 will appear. So now the entire material of thesis through Shodhganga is available to everybody all over the world, not only to the available to the researchers in India, but all over the world. So everything is open and openly available. So this is a part of the open movement, open access movement. This is another very important thing, NDLTD, National Digital Library of Thesis and Dissertation. This is an approach, a global approach, of which several countries and donors of those countries are involved. Like if we click on to find electronic ETDS means electronic thesis and dissertations. You can find electronic thesis and dissertations. If we come to India, select Shodhganga is there. So Shodhganga is one of the contributors to NDLTD. Similarly, you can see Bangladesh also having a component, Digital Library on Agriculture Thesis. They are also submitting their thesis to this digital archive, and from digital archive, the thesis are coming to NDLTD. So if someone wants to search in a broader way, he or she should not restrict his or her search to Shodhganga. She or he can make her search directly to global ETDS search. So entire world repository will come. If I search here with any term, say like uh, Mughal period, MUGHAL, Mughal. I'm not sure whether there is any thesis of with Mughal period, Mughal or Mughul, anyway, spelling, let's see. Yes, coming. Mughal Badshah ke Adin Khandesh. The thesis is coming here. Several other theses. Yes, the monetary system of the Mughal Empire, this is a very important thing. So these full text thesis will come and appropriate topic will appear. The most important thing, try to understand between the online and offline thesis is that in an offline thesis, if a 1000 book thesis is made available to you, it is very difficult to find a particular search term if it is not properly indexed. But in an online thesis, you can simply go to the particular area where a particular topic is described or particular word is described. So online thesis is very important, or online document is very important from that point of view also. I'm coming to another Ishot Sindhu. This is very important thing. I'm not going to detail of all those things because it will take much more time. I'm just showing this is another portal where through which you can find access to resources, particularly those which are openly available. Similarly, your college also providing access to Enlist that I'm not going to discuss about. Another thing what is very important is EPG Pathshala. EPG Pathshala means what is done in Pathshala, teaching learning. So EPG Pathshala is also teaching learning platform, online platform. What it does, it provides online books, online material, as well as online courses. It has three main parts: E-Adhyayan, providing online books, of 7,000 plus UGC MOOCs online MOOC courses, and ePathya, which provides learning materials for distant learners. These are the three components of ePG Pathshala. If you want to see the ePG Pathshala site, you can find several courses. These are the different courses, of which some of the courses are taught in your colleges, like, of course, commerce. Here you can search particular modules, say like financial management, and under financial management you can click on anything like determine cash flow and others. Just see what appears. This is the e-text. E-text means the course material in textual form. You can download the entire textual course material. You can get a printout. You can even read directly from the screen. See, like, these are the contents, and content wise you can directly read it from here. The entire course material is available free of cost anywhere. Not only in this form, but in the form of self-learning, like here madam is giving lecture. If I click on this chapter, the lecture will appear. This lecture will appear, and here self-learning mode means reference books are also given, the indications of reference material, what are available and what you can read in addition to what is given here. So information about the reference material about the same chapter can be available from this learn more. So e-text giving you the textual part, self-learning mode will give you the opportunity of not reading but listening to what lecturer giving lectures, and learn more means giving you more and more reference sources, information about more and more reference sources. So these are the way you can find different courses. I'm giving an example of commerce, but there are several other courses also. So see, like, the geography, chemistry, botany, mathematics, 567 materials are available. So these are the topics that are taught in your colleges. Just search in your leisure time and find several books and other different documents. Another part is Vidya Mitra. Here you can find audio, video, learning materials, textual materials, multimedia enriched materials. If you click onto Vidya Mitra, you can find uploaded contents. See, like UG courses are here. So all UG course materials belonging to arts, humanities, then life science, then physical science, and of course some social science materials are available. And institutes that are creating these learning materials are those. They are the creators or coordinators, and they have created these learning materials, say learning materials about Hindi or English is there. So you can find learning materials on English. If you search anything on English, say like Shakespeare, here it comes. Samuel Johnson, Preface to Shakespeare, then Introduction to Shakespeare's Drama and Elizabeth. And the important thing is that what I said earlier, the materials are found in different format. So you can see this is textual format, e-text. This is e-tutorial video format. This is self-assessment format, and these are the web resource format. So several formats are available, but this particular book is available in these two formats only. So the particular course material and the available formats all are displayed here. So in this way, you can click on this chapter and click on this particular format to just find the beauty of these sorts of reading material. Now, time is short, so I am just trying to move on to last but one chapter. This is about Oscar. Oscar is a kind of repository of only animations and simulations. It is not about books. It is not about journals. Only about animations and simulations. So what animations and simulations are? These are basically different sort of slide presentations. So if you click on here and just put any search term, say like if crystals, you can find different sort of crystal structures and their animation. If you click on here, say like crystal hexagonal structure, this structure will come, and if I put on run, then it will run, but it needs, add a flash player, otherwise it will not move. If we click on download, it will get downloaded. So you can observe the crystal structure of hexagonal structure. So these are solid states, these come under solid states physics. So different category of subjects have their available documents here. These are also called LOs, learning objects, and OER, open educational resources, are more or less same, but learning objects are limited in terms of media. Simply put, here only animations and simulations are termed as learning objects. But if you say open education resources, then different materials of different formats will come into this. Now, another important area is OERs global, means what we accept globally. I'm not going into the details of all these things, but these are the open source books available. This is the open source database, PubMed Central of journal database, Science Direct open access, books and journals, then Springer open access, books and journals, Taylor Francis open access resources, Wiley open access, Emerald open access, Oxford open access, and Cambridge open access. These publishers provide some of their resources in openly accessible mode. So only those materials are available openly, but others are not, because since they are publishers, they have their business policy in their mind. So you cannot expect all those materials provided by these publishers are open. No, no, it's not that. But some of the materials of all those publishers are openly accessible. So you have to go to the publisher's site and just try to find out which resources are openly accessible so that you can get access to. This is another important area is DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journals. This is another important area because here we can find about over 12,000 journals without APC, means article processing charge. This is important. This is another area of journal publications, APC. You don't have to think about the APC, only think about the journals. 17,000, more than 17,000 journals are openly available, and just think about the number of articles or record. These number of articles are openly available. So if you put any search term in any field and click on here, you can find the full text of article. If you simply search anything like in biology taxonomy, if we search on taxonomy in biology, see like what comes. These are so many records are coming, of which you have to choose which particular area is of your interest. If you find this is your interested area, you click on here, you will get a direct link to the entire resource of that topic. This is directory of open access books. Here we can find, since journal is not so important for the students, you can happily go on to move on to books. There are books on different topics and different subjects. Just click this text box, click on this text box, put a term and then search. These are several about pathogen. This is about pathogen. If you click on this pathogen, the entire book.
Please mute your.
So in this way, the entire book will come, and if you click on here, just see. depending on the speed of your internet and other things. The download depends. Yes. This is about pathogen, the book search. The entire book appears here. A to Z. It will take some time to download the entire book. Anyway, so I'm showing you how you could search and find the book. And the last thing is that till now I have discussed about various resources as well as courses and various platforms which come under TEL. But another very important thing which also come under TEL is experimentation. Till now, teaching, learning, what we just said or explained before you, all were simply about uh, you know material like things, either book materials or non-book materials as well as courses. But here I'll show another important thing which is called experimentation, which is very much part of teaching learning process. This is a lab experiment, particularly in COVID situation, because we didn't have that experience earlier. What would happen to our students, particularly those whose courses are directly related to lab? What will they do? Because the COVID will not allow them to come over to the institution. Whatever it is, it may be higher secondary school, it may be colleges, undergraduate colleges, postgraduate colleges, or university. So how they get themselves acquainted with various sorts of laboratory uh, experiments or laboratory facilities. So, uh, several organizations have created their virtual labs to just give the idea how lab experiments can be experienced while sitting in home. This is the virtual lab of Ministry of Education, where you can find broad areas of labs. There are several labs, and different labs will also be incorporated in due course of times. This is a very initial stage, and several organizations are also coming into this, and they are putting their effort to create virtual labs. I'm just giving an example of uh, the topic which is relevant to your college, like physical science or chemical science. Like several institutes, they are creating virtual labs for the entire student domain. I am just clicking on the lab of IIT Hyderabad, for example. This is list of experience. If you click on to any, like gravitational spectroscopy of carbon dioxide, whatever, anything, here the entire course is explained. But if you go on to simulation part, The simulation is quite difficult. I'm trying to show a very easy one so that it can be easily understood. This is list of experiments. Now, say for example, solvent effect of fluorescence spectra of fluorospore. Now it's simulation part. Now click here. See, like the entire step of this simulation is shown here. Step number 1, prepare a 5 contain something. Like if I take dextrose from here and click on this flask, the flask will come onto the table. Then the cuvette, then I click on here. It will take this dextrose part from here to quite accustomed with this part of chemistry. They can easily go on or move on with these virtual experimentation. So without coming directly to the lab, they can themselves get the lab experience and they can do these things. This is simply like non going to the lab, they are getting experience of particular experimentation. So this is the way lab experiments are virtually being done with the help of several institutes. So these are the different ways how technology has been employed to enhance student learning. So this is the way how technology is created. Yeah. This is in a nutshell. I showed you how different resources are used with the help of ICT to energize students, to empower students, as well as teachers to improve the teaching learning platform. So this is all about the present uh, deliberations about TEL. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, students, you can post your question in the chat box, or since there is not many participants, so you can also unmute yourself and ask the question directly to sir. Any question from the students? No, I can't see any question.
Shinjini, if the students don't have questions, then I'd like to ask sir something.
Yes, Gayatri.
Sir, thank you for the lecture. It was a very gave us a very good insight into these things. I just wanted to ask you. You mentioned something about credit transfer. Is the Calcutta University offering any credit transfer for students who do these courses?
See, like this is uh, what I told you. This is about in general
Yes, yes.
what SWAYAM is doing and what several universities and colleges can do. But I cannot say all these things because I'm not into this administrative arena.
Okay, sir. No, I asked because my daughter has done an 8-week course in NPTL, so that is what I was wanting to know if there is
No,
this
then
thing.
what she needs to do is to ask her department whether that department is under CBCS and whether that
Okay,
department has any coordinator who coordinates with the principal coordinator of the SWAYAM.
okay,
So
okay,
it depends on that department whether that department is enrolled or not.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and since there is no other question, then
We should have a
I
photo session,
huh?
Srinjini,
Huh,
or
huh, okay. Yes,
then
after the vote of thanks, students who are present here, please, they will just turn on their video, so we will have a group photo together. But before that, I ask the convener of this workshop, Dr. Ashish Vishwash, our librarian, to deliver the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shinjoni Dasgupta. First of all, this webinar, that is technology enhanced learning, is a very pertinent topic in today's situations. And you know, and all of us are aware about the fact that government of West Bengal celebrating a Students' Week, and it was directed from the Department of West Bengal Higher Education that college should celebrate this week in their own way. So as a part of this celebration, student celebration week, we also arranged this webinar with the ample importance is e-resources. So Dr. Sharkar is one of the architect behind organizing all those e-resources, websites, networking, etc., under the able guidance of our chief librarian, Dr. Soumitra Sharkar. So Dr. Sharkar is really doing a great job in respect of University of Calcutta, and we are very much happy today that he has provided his time from his busy schedule. He was asking me that it was not possible for him if it was conducted in the daytime. It has been better that it has been arranged in the evening schedule, so he can provide that time. Along with the family situation of Dr. Sarkar is not going well because of this corona situation. So along with all those difficulties, he has provided his valuable time to share some of his viewpoints, good informative session. Thanks a lot, Dr. Sarkar, for giving us this insightful or informative talk. I hope our students will be benefited from this informative talk. Then I should thank Dr. Shinjoni Dasgupta because of her energetic communication skill. It has been possible to organize this seminar. She is not only the joint convener of this webinar, she is also the head of the physics department, and now she is also our Teachers Council secretary. So TCS ma'am has done a very good job to make it a successful webinar, along with the senior teachers and all the teachers of the Department of Physics, Dr. Gayatri Pal, Dr. Pratibha Pal, Dr. Shubhendu Chandra, Swarnalekha Bandyopadhyay, Kathakoli, all the teachers and the Department of Physics has also some way or another way has have helped to make this webinar successful. And also I should thank all the participants, our other faculty members, dear students who have participated in this webinar to make it a complete successful program. So thank you, all of you. Thank you. And now over to Dr. Shinjani Dasgupta.
Yeah, thank you, Ashishda. And also, I must mention that without him, this webinar would not be possible.
No, it's your effort.
Also, I thank you, Dr. Shakal, for giving us this time. So now, students, please turn on your video so that we can take a group photo.
Okay.
স্টুডেন্টস তোমরা একটু ভিডিওটা অন করো, তাহলে একটা একসঙ্গে গ্রুপ ফটো নেওয়া যাবে।